Hey everyone, welcome to Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. This is the full release of the game. I'm looking at it a week early, so we might encounter some stuff that you might not on launch day. This being version 1.0, I'm sure there'll be patches and such, but I figured that today would be a good day to take a look at this game. I don't have much experience with Car Mechanic games. I have 2014, but I have barely played it. It very much tested my patience and the beginning few levels, and I was like, you know what, that's it, I'm done. I know that 2018 was pretty popular, but yeah, let's try it. Before we get into things, I just want to point out something that I really don't like about this game, and it kind of hit me right out of the gate here. Looking at the Steam page and then looking at this in the game as well, there is DLC for this game, and it isn't out yet. I'm playing the game a week before release, and it already has 2 DLCs, not even 1, 2. These are things that add cars to the game, specifically Nissan and some fake electric cars that they have. I know that 2018 had a ton of DLCs, but this is insane, just immediately. So that was a bit of a negative right at the beginning, but I do want to talk about some positives. I think this game looks pretty decent graphically. I'm playing on Ultra, it runs fine, pretty smooth. In the 15 minutes I've played of it, I haven't had any significant issues with the frame rate or anything. It just seems to be good so far, nice and stable. So what we have here is a car that is going to be needing some brakes, I believe. Yeah, brake system needs fixing, and if we go to the examination mode in the wheel, you can see that the ABS module is toast, and then I think the brakes themselves are also red. So we'll have to work on that. Yeah, let's get into it. So this game follows the same formula as 2018 in the sense that you also have to undo your own bolts, which is a bit of a pain, but yeah, this is kind of what got me with the previous game. I was not patient enough to do this. That being said, I have played through my summer car, so bolt taking off should be something I can handle. Oh yeah, one of the things with this game as well, as you can see, these bolts are orange, and that means they need to be loosened. Yeah, there are now rusty bolts in the game, which I guess makes a lot of sense for junkyard cars. Either way, we're going to take this stuff off, and I guess focus on replacing that first. Probably should. So I just added these 2 things to the shopping list, and well, we have an inventory here of just broken parts that I'll eventually have to sell. And I guess while we're doing this as well, we should probably whip off all the wheels and check the rest of the brakes. Yeah, this game takes things pretty seriously in terms of pretending to be a mechanic, and I also don't want to crouch down, so I'm going to do this. Off come the rims, nice and easy. I hope that you get better tools later on in the game to make this quicker, because this takes a while. I can imagine that, like the other game, it's probably a little bit of a grind to get where you want to go, but it does happen to have a sandbox mode, which is cool. So to get this off, we'll have to take off the brake caliper, which thankfully is not stuck, and then we'll have to take off the brake pads and the brake discs. At least that, and I think everything else here is probably going to be fine. Move over to the other side. I'm just going to do all 4 of them at once because, I don't know, may as well. If you have a lift, you can do stuff like this. This side seemed to be in much better shape than the other side, but I've taken it off anyways. Realistically, if you're going to do brakes, you should do all of them. You should never just do one side or the other. Like, if one of your back brakes is done, you do both. I don't think that this game particularly cares about that, but that's just my understanding of things. Admittedly, I'm not the best mechanic. I'm working on it on my second channel, but yeah, I guess this is a good way to learn some basic practices, if nothing else. And if you have no garage space, I mean, this might be the best you can get. The thing that's most interesting to me about these games is the junkyard portion of things, and well, all of this stuff that comes with that, auction house, that kind of thing. That's the kind of stuff that I get excited about with this. And it seems like this brake is fine, but again, we'll just take it off for fun. I don't know, there's no time limit, is there? So all the brakes are off the car, the ABS stuff is off the car, and again, jump into the inventory and we have a whole bunch of stuff. So this brake disc is going to need to be replaced, that brake caliper is going to need to be replaced, that one's going to need to be replaced. ABS stuff we already have, and I guess everything else is probably fine. The tutorial was pretty short. There is a lot more to it, I'm sure, but it basically just taught me how to unscrew bolts and change tires. That was pretty much it. Okay, I just noticed something here that I hadn't seen before, but if you go over to the toolbox, you can do stuff like expand your garage and also upgrade your character significantly with some interesting things like 20 or 2% faster move speed, increased mounting and unmount speed. That's probably going to be necessary. It's a good thing that you don't have to stick with the stock mount speed for the entire time because, man, I'm sure that would get majorly tedious. There's another toolbox over here, and obviously they all just do the same thing. But yeah, the garage is kind of just sectioned off with a giant bus that I really wish you could modify. I'm wondering if you can, but I'm not sure yet. We'll have to get there. I'm a little distracted. Going outside though, there is a lot of stuff going on out here, including what appears to be an expandable garage section. Some kind of warehouse maybe? I haven't actually been in this yet. And apparently I can't go in it, so oh well. We have our own forklift, although you can't drive it. Most of this stuff seems to be set dressing. There isn't too much here, although I did notice this truck, which is awesome. And again, we're on Route 66, apparently at a gas station. Okay, the computer's right here. We need to go and buy stuff. We'll just go here and I guess go based on the shopping list. If I can find this stuff, there we go. Okay, so they don't seem to have the ABS pump or the ABS module here, which is awkward, so I guess I'll have to find it somewhere else. Oh, an electronics shop, that would make a lot of sense. ABS pump right here, that's a lot of money. We better get paid for this job. ABS module, oh my goodness, this stuff is not cheap. Okay, let's go install all this on the car, and we'll dump all of its crappy components afterwards. Yeah, I'm breaking my own rules here, aren't I? Okay, so down in the suspension corner, we're not going to be disassembling anymore, we're going to be assembling. So let's put on a brake disc, a ventilated one in fact. We'll put on, well, we have a couple of different ones. We'll put on the slightly rougher one, it's fine. Oh, you know what, maybe I can mix and match the good caliper with the bad one, or I can just put a bad one on there. Okay, so that side was entirely reassembled with used parts. Great, beautiful, hackery, I love it. And this side will be all brand new fancy bits. So obviously I didn't need to go to the extent that I did when I was disassembling, but hey, it's early days in this game, so I may as well go as far as I need to. I'm not the most efficient mechanic. You probably don't want me fixing your car, as you can probably see. Okay, brand new brake disc on this side. We're keeping with our theme of the right side is getting all the new parts. Okay, the car now officially has brakes in all four corners, which is making me happy. Let's lower this down all the way, there we go, and slap in that ABS module, and then we'll, yeah, brand new ABS pump on, and ABS module, which has bolts, unfortunately. Thankfully, we don't have to replace individual bolts. That would be a pain in the butt, goodness. Okay, that's the car fixed, I think. I've checked the status. Brake needs fixing. Hopefully that pays for all the parts I bought. I think it does. I'm not sure, but either way, finish. Boom. Okay, so we got a bit of XP, a bit of money, and it's on to the next one. So we have one here that's sort of a limited time thing where you need to fix the car up to a certain point, and then there's sort of the main story one, which is I guess a bit of a more difficult thing. I'm going to try this one just because I want to do some more of these quick ones to practice, and I also like seeing what other cars are in the game. There are 72 cars in the game without DLC, so there are quite a few options. Okay, let's see what this one needs. So it needs a refill of the coolant, refill of the power steering, and a refill of the windshield washer fluid, which is in this case called windscreen fluid. Yeah, they added fluid to this game. I think that was a missing feature in the previous game, which is awkward, but it's really, really easy to add fluid to stuff. Although I will say, it doesn't seem to matter if you overfill things, so I've just been filling them up all the way and just saying, yeah, whatever, good enough. It doesn't cost you anything for the fluids, so might as well just overfill everything. Basically all you gotta do is take off the cap and just dump coolant in. It's always green and funky looking. Oh well, good enough, right? And let me just fill up that goop until the ball overflows. Beautiful. And I think it wanted, which one was it that I wanted filled? Power steering fluid. That is not something that you would normally need to fill unless you're leaking or something, but fill that lad back up. And again, who cares about a max line? We'll just fill it completely. World's safest mechanic fills up oil and stuff on cars, and I think that this thing is done. Okay, that was worth basically nothing. I'm gonna go ahead and take the main order, unless, oh, this one, okay, it needs brakes. You know what? Nah, we're not doing brakes again. Let's do this. Okay, so this is a premier vehicle. It was up at the top and it was stuck there. No time limit, so obviously we need to do something with it. And man, is it gross. I know that there's a car wash in the game. I have no clue how to use it. Okay, so let's see what's going on with this car. If it tells me, wow. So they got brake pad issues. That's probably front and back. Fuel pump, oil filter, a round air filter, and all the tires. Goodness, this is going to be a bit of a work. And they want new oil. Yeah, okay. Stuff to do, that's for sure. Apparently this is part of the story. I'm just playing this on normal mode. I figured that was the good place to start. Let's see what else we can do. Alright, we got this lad on the lift. It's going to stay dirty for now because I don't know how to fix it. Either way, let's start with the wheels, I guess. Taking a look at the examination, it would seem like the tires are glowing, so obviously that's what we need to touch. Air filter, the fuel thing is there. I'm not sure what these numbers mean. It's like 0 to 2, but I mean, I'm not sure. Previously I was thinking that was condition, but evidently not. And then the fuel pump as well, interestingly enough, glowing orange, so making it easy for me to figure out exactly what we need. Tires are going to be a pain in the butt though, man oh man. So I'm going to start with the easy stuff because they wanted some basic things done, including refilling the windshield washer fluid. I mean, if that's a job, then that's a pretty easy thing to get paid for, goodness. Something to do with the fluid as well that is kind of important is the ability to drain the fluid, which is kind of necessary. So if you go additional fluids and you take off the cap, you can drain it and then refill it with something better. Which is nice and easy to do, so here we go. See that max line right there? I'm just going to refill it right past the max line. I want to see what happens if you do that. Like, does that actually count as being done? Probably, hopefully. They're getting some really, well, realistically it would pressurize and then shoot the cap off the thing because there'd be too much pressure. It's fine. I'm just trying to get rid of these other tasks first because they're pretty darn easy. The power steering fluid is right here as well, so let's do that. Okay, well, we got brakes to do and we got oil as well. So we'll just load this thing up and I'll grab this oil lad and throw it underneath. I don't like this sort of system of having to move that around, but I guess that's just kind of, well, how it works. It's pretty easy just to remove the oil. It only takes a second. And then you just put it back and then have to lower it down again. Kind of just a pain in the butt. But at the same time, that's really how I would describe this entire game. This is not a game for people who are not patient, I would say. Oh, I totally forgot to do the filter. I am dumb. Let me take that off too, because at this point we probably should. Okay, so I just quickly went and bought a new filter. We'll slap that on. Full on oil change here, even though I'm supposed to be working on the brakes. We'll get to that eventually. That's the boring part. We got to do the fun part first. One thing I was wondering with the oil filling is, how do you know when to stop? I'm not sure if it makes you check the dipstick or not. Like, genuinely, I have not ever done this in this game. Oh, it's actually, wow, that is perfect. I didn't even intend for that, but right in the middle, beautiful. Okay, so we're done with the other tasks. We're done with changing the oil, and we did the oil filter. That's off the list. Time for brake pads and tires and the fuel pump. Okay, a few more things to do. Well, I got the tires off the car, and I also took off the brake pads from the front, and now I'm just splitting them, and it's taken a while. Yeah, so we'll have to buy 4 new tires. I guess, I mean, we can't just steal them off our own supplies here. And we'll have to balance them and all that stuff. I don't think the back brakes have any issues, but I am not totally sure about that. We will find out. Okay, so hopping into the inventory, brake pads, that's going to be on the shopping list ×2 because we need 2 of them, and they need tires as well, and they're all the same size, so we shall get 4 of those. And I guess that's it, except for the fuel pump. Oh, I didn't even try for the fuel pump yet. Where is the thing? Okay, so we have to buy the proper size, which is something that's pretty important. So we got 15s, 215, with a 75 profile. I think that's the right one. I hope so. I didn't mess that up, hopefully. 215, 75, R15. Okay, we're good. That was gonna be bad there if I messed that up. Goodness. Okay, let's attach these things back together, and hopefully that's what it wanted. We will find out. Oh yeah, while I'm changing tires, I should probably mention that this game has a Tibron in it. Well, it has the older style Tibron. It's not the official car, but it is a Tibron, and they also have a GT version. And I was thinking, I gotta play this again at some point. Try and buy one of those cars somehow, maybe in Sandbox, and then, yeah, try and modify it. Unfortunately, we also have to play a minigame to balance the wheels every time, which is a pain. Oh goodness, there's just a lot to this. Okay, wheels are balanced and car is looking fresh. Let's put the fuel pump in so we can get that sorted. Gotta go to assembly, attach this lad here, and beautiful. Nice new fuel pump. No wiring or anything to worry about. That's it. Checking the status, we are missing brake pads, obviously. Air filter, that's one thing I forgot. And yeah, tires. That should be it. And I think I'm right about the brakes. You're probably not going to need to do the backs, which is good. And that means that I can just kind of move forward with this, put everything else on, and be done with it. Despite doing stuff that's kind of just normal, I guess, I am having fun with this game. Like, it is fun to do this. To try and figure things out, especially, I think it could be quite interesting. There are definitely some tedious parts, i.e. wheels are a pain in the butt, but I guess that's mirroring real life. I can't imagine taking all this stuff off every day would be particularly fun for mechanics. Okay, that's the wheels done, and we'll lower this thing down. And I've got to find an air filter that'll fit it, so yeah, let's take that off now. Let's slap this thing on in a very mint condition chrome top for it, and I think we'll slam down all the parts on this car. We should be good to go. That's all of the things on the checklist, and finish. Hey, that was a decent amount of money actually. Into the inventory we go, and we'll sell everything that's below 30%. Say goodbye. Okay, what's this? Do you want to open the case? Okay, is this a loot box? No! What the heck? Pick 2 cards. Bonus barn location. Bonus case. What is this? I didn't realize it was like 2016. Bonus case again. Bonus $83. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize that I was playing Hearthstone. Bonus XP, very minimal. Another... When is this train gonna end? Another bonus money. Another bonus case. Oh no, have I glitched the game? Am I just stuck with cases forever? Bonus barn map location. Another one. Guys, I swear I broke it. I'm doing this again and again. It is unending giving me money. I got another bonus case. What on earth? Okay, finally my reign of terror is over. I got 10 bonus gear with shard thing. It has not explained what that is. And another barn location. I absolutely did not expect this game to have any sort of loot boxes in it. I really don't know what to say about that. I really hope you can't buy those. If it's just a reward for completing main like story things, sure, whatever. I think it could have been implemented differently, but like what the heck? 2 DLCs at the start, and it also has loot boxes kind of. I mean, I'm having fun, but I'm starting to get worried. Okay, so we have 10 seconds if we want to do the brakes, which I have no desire to do even slightly, so let's wait a little bit and see what else comes of that. And there's another story mission here. Change the oil and other tasks. Oh man, it's a Mini. This is not gonna go well. Okay, so a green Mini Cooper, Mini Cooper S with the 4-door. I mean, I like these cars, but I wonder what could be wrong with it. Could be a lot of things. Minis are not cheap to maintain. Belt tensioner, brake pads, cam gear. Oh, we're getting into the engine. Oh man, hold on a minute. Rubber bushings, and then undiscovered pieces that are broken inside the car. And then oil, and then brake fluid and stuff. Man, I'm kind of curious if the car actually drives, because yes, you can theoretically drive cars in this game. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. And there's no oil in the engine. Oh, that's a good start. Oh, okay, come on now. Let's fix it. I'm kind of curious now. If we end up shattering the entire engine and ruining my career, that's okay. I'll just get it back with loot boxes. You know how it goes. So I'm just going to put a bunch of oil in the car and see if that did anything. Where's the dipstick? Right in the middle, just what I like. And theoretically, this car should drive now, if it'll let me. Oh, it actually started. Okay, that's a good sign. W is throttle. Oh, it has a turbo. Oh, yes, it doesn't sound very good, but I guess I didn't expect it. Brake fluid missing. Oh man, all I want to do is drive the car, game. Okay, from this view, I can't even see what's going on here. So we're just gonna have to fill until it is entirely full. There we go, beautiful. Ignore those max settings. Now, it theoretically should drive. I filled up the water fluid as well. Please let me drive. Power steering fluid is missing too. What is going on with this car? Okay, I realize that this isn't my car, and I'm absolutely taking it on a test drive at the moment. I'm just gonna grab my controller and go for a bit of a spin. I want to test out the mechanics of this game in a Mini Cooper S, I guess. Wow, the camera's a little bit awkward. I remember from watching some older fail race videos that the driving in these is strange, and I would definitely agree. This car is supposed to have issues with the engine. I don't remember what they were. If we end up grenading the engine during this test drive, then I'm going to blame the customer. You didn't tell me I couldn't take your car to the track and then ultimately drive 150 kilometers an hour. This is sounding like some kind of street race with a hypercar from a random dealership. Oh man, oh wow. You know, it actually doesn't feel too bad. I thought it was going to be worse than this. I genuinely thought that the handling would be worse. I'm thankful that it's not, though. Goodness. Well, I gotta say, overall, I'm pretty happy to be playing this. I know that it's, well, it's gonna end up being inundated with just a ridiculous amount of DLCs, but you do have pretty good value from what's here at the moment. 72 cars, like 4,000 something parts, seems pretty reasonable. However, I would say I can't make a good comparison between 2018. You'll have to tell me in the comments if what you've seen today is an improvement or if it's a regression. I always find games like these where they have a ton of DLCs, they generally are better late in life. Like, 2018 is probably best now, much more than it was back when I was watching videos on it a few years ago. Because back then it didn't have as many DLCs, it didn't have as many cars. It's almost like a Civilization game when you support it for that long. Like, when Civ whatever comes out and the previous game has so many DLCs and expansions that change it and make it better, the new one just never lives up to the hype. But yeah, now we've just done a 2-minute lap time in the Mini. Oh man, somebody's gonna be on the hook for this. So with that, I say farewell to the Mini. Well, for now, I'm gonna save the game real quick and we'll come back and do this again, maybe in a stream or another video if you guys are into it. But long and the short of it is Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 is more the same, and I think it's probably alright. If you like the last game, you'll probably like this one. New graphics, slightly slicker controls from the looks of things, new area to explore, and a lot more barn finds, I'm sure. So, I guess that's pretty exciting. Check the game out on Steam, and thank you to Playway for giving me a key a little bit early. Please add a jump button to the spacebar, that would be very much appreciated. And also, I would love to be able to drive this. Maybe you can once you start to unlock junkyards and stuff, but man oh man, get me in this truck. It's just sitting here looking appetizing. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought of this video. Let me know if you think I'd make a pretty decent mechanic, or if I should just scrap that idea entirely and decide to try and race these cars in Sandbox. I'm having a fun time in normal so far, but I mean, we still got orders to do here. Too many orders. I'll see you guys again in the next one. Wait, don't go anywhere where the video's not done yet. I have some people that I'd like to thank for supporting this channel through thick and thin. These guys have stuck around, some of them for nearly 2 years. That is a long time. Evictus, 24 months supporting. Goodness, thank you. But these guys are awesome, especially Overlord, QT Bear, Terry Williams, Jean Palms, J Pope, Davis Hester, the German dude, Mickey K1, Sleep64, Words, Childish Sin, Buckle, Jug, Antisocial, and Jared. I appreciate you guys a lot. I will attempt to not mess up your names, and man, is that lame in the future. Oh my goodness, this game has me on the rocks here. I'm gonna pass out and die. I'll see you guys again next time. Bye!